All right, so let's get this straight. Lex fought Jayla because Jayla, fought Biggie because of Biggie's mouth. Now the tables are turned, and now Lex is hitting on Biggie at the Baddies USA Reunion because of Biggie's mouth. You want to talk about it because the hypocrisy and the irony in all of this is just fascinating. Lex can be cool, but then she can also be like everyone else. Want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. What up? So as we do on the internet, we have our opinion about what's being put on the internet. And I want to talk about Lex versus Biggie. All right, so let's get into it. Let me start this up real quick.
Already you're being weird. Why would I go and put my hands like in a whole different country? Why would I put my hands like in a whole different country? Because if you wanted to be weird and you wanted to be on that, you could easily. We're not under Zeus. We're in real life right now. So if I were to put my hands on you at all while we were out of the country, it would have been an issue. Like I could have went to jail. If you weren't even on that, I don't know, but I'm not doing that. It ain't place. Being here outside of the country was not the time. It was not the time at all. Okay. We had multiple rehearsals together. Big, I was in fucking anger. When you did that stuff, I seen me and Big was arguing about the blunt. Okay, that's one thing. Then after that, we were in the bathroom, and that's when she was on live in the bathroom, and she was recording me in that conversation or whatever. So from that day, I already knew, oh yeah, Biggie's gonna have to see me. And I didn't have to say too much because she already knew you tried to play with me. You thought that it was okay to play with me. You thought that what you were doing was okay, which is why you did it. Like you already are weird. Already were being weird. So when you decided to be on live in front of thousands of people and eavesdrop on the conversation, and you feel me, create this narrative and this and that, you knew what you were doing. Ever since that day, I was not fucking with you no more. I already knew what it was when the time came. I never spoke to you after that. I never said anything to you after that. After Korea, when you did that shit in Korea. We went to London. You see me, you said highlights. I said, what up? And then her manager told her to not speak to me. I said, you should probably listen. She said, well, my manager said, like her manager was basically telling her like to calm down or like basically like don't speak to me because he already knew that I was like, you feel me, really fucking with her like that. And so he was like telling her to calm down. I'm like, yeah, you should probably listen too, Biggie. She's like, I don't have to listen to him. Da, da, da. She already knew the vibe I was giving her. Y'all tagging Biggie, she has me blocked. Biggie has me blocked. So we had multiple rehearsals together. Why would I beat your ass at a rehearsal when we have a show, when we have a booking? Why would I do that? Just be ready because you knew it was coming. You're not confused. And if you can do something to make somebody, so when you decided to be on live in front of somebody, mad enough to put their hands on you, you need to take accountability. Stop trying to play victim every time. You're not the victim, babe. You're not the victim. You're not the victim. You're not the victim. Just because you don't fight doesn't mean that you get to do shit and get away with it. No. You got to period point blank.
Come on, Lex.
Cars together. We were in the car together one time on the way back from the London show to the hotel. And I didn't even sit by you. I didn't sit by you. And even then, we're at work. We're on the road. I'm not going to put, but that's not the time to do that. But you knew it was coming because you know that I didn't do it. You know that I didn't do it then. And I didn't give you what you deserved at that moment. So, but you knew it was coming, babe. You knew it was coming because you know that you had me fucked up, and you know that you did some flawed ass shit. You know that for a fact that you did some flawed ass shit. You knew that I was coming. You just didn't know when. You like no, just because I didn't do it while we were at work in a whole different country didn't mean I wasn't going to get that, babe. So the opportunity that I did get to get that, Biggie gonna sit there. I walked over to Biggie. I looked at her in her face. She gonna say, you look pretty, got body, mad enough to put their hands on you. Stop talking. You already know what's up. And we had multiple conversations. Me and Biggie had no conversations. We were talking about me, Mariah Lynn, Biggie, and I think we were all talking about bookings and prices and accommodations, and we were having a conversation about that. I was never cool with you, Biggie, because in my mind, you already had me fucked up. You already had me fucked up. So I knew I was not fucking with you. I was not. Ever since you went online and you did that weird shit, my mind was already, it was tunnel vision. I knew that when the time came, you weren't going to get that, babe. You knew that you were going to get that. Period. And you knew that you were going to get that because you knew that you played with me. Period. You talking about we had multiple conversations. I did not speak to you. You text me after I have Mariah's back. I did not reply. You text me, apologize. I did not reply. Stop making it seem like me and you are not cool like that. You are not cool like that. Not saying I didn't like you. I didn't know you like that. We only were on the TV show together, and we would only see each other during filming. Me and Biggie, we talked a couple times on the phone after Baddies USA on some cool stuff. Actually, stop talking. You already know what's up. Actually, we were a little bit cool. We were like, just talking. But after we went to Korea, that's when I actually got to be around her. And she was just doing weird stuff. And it was like, for you to feel like you can play with me with no consequence is crazy. And I'm not looking for full points. I don't gain anything from that. But you're not going to play with me and expect nothing to happen. And then you're going online playing victim.
Baby.
Oh, and then multiple conversations after Korea multiple times. Hey, you already know it was not that. So don't try to make it seem like, oh, I was just being fake or I was just cool with you and you're so surprised that I did what I did. Stop acting surprised. Stop acting surprised. Stop acting surprised. That's not true. Period, point blank. I don't need you for nothing. I don't need you for no storyline. And then you're saying, please, next puppet. Everyone who's called me a puppet has been a victim to my madness. Y'all are mad. Everyone who's called me a puppet has been a victim to my madness. And y'all want to blame it on production, this and that. No. I didn't actually wear it a little bit cool. We were like, just so.
Okay, no. See, that's where. Come on, what is going on? All right, that's my thing about her. That's my thing about her. Like, you are able to validate all of your issues with Biggie, but you sound just like Jela. Then you came on the season and you were so mad, calling Jela a bully, Jela a bully. Now, because you went through something with Biggie, now you understand and you can validate your issues for getting your rocks off with Biggie. That's crazy. Now, I don't know if she's gained more experience. I don't know if she, had a conversation with Jayla behind the scenes, off camera, but it just sounds phony to me. It's interesting. Like, it's like, how can I say it? It's like people can talk all day long. People can talk all day long about how they would do something, how they should do something, how they would handle a situation. If it was me, blah, 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 blah. Jayla's a bully, Jayla's a bully, Jayla's a bully. But you never had any run-ins with Biggie. You never had any dealings with Biggie. So you don't know what that feeling was like. Dealing with somebody who cannot fight, dealing with somebody who has that kind of mouth, and then having them do something to you and you trying to figure out if you should handle that or not. But now you understand. And now you decide to wait to go to the reunion to handle that. Now, that's the kind of conversation I want to talk about. Before I get more into what's going on with this Instagram, let's talk about that. Is it okay if you have a problem with somebody because you work in the realm of Baddies, a show that's known for these women to be fighting each other? Let's be clear. That's specifically what it's known for. The fights. Let's be clear. Should these women have the ability or the right to decide to fight you when they want to fight you? Are these women obligated to let you know that it's going to be on site at the reunion? Are these women obligated to say to you, we're not cool anymore, I'm going to beat you up at the reunion? I need y'all to answer that below, okay? Because I feel like where I stand now, none of these women are friends for real, for real. In my mind, none of them are. Okay. And that's just honestly how I feel. The reason why I say that is because they haven't known each other long enough to call each other friends. They can call each other friends all day long, but I don't think the friendship has merit to stand on anything because y'all haven't known these women for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Y'all haven't traveled enough with these women. Y'all haven't been in situations outside of this Baddies universe enough with these women to be like, oh, that's my friend. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like through certain consequences or situations that happen on the show, y'all could build a bond with these other ladies. But to call these girls your sisters or your friends or that's my road dog, whatever, I just don't see that being a thing, honestly. And I feel like, women can easily connect to somebody that they feel that they cool with, or they be in a show like The Madness of Baddies, and then, maybe they go through similar situations and they're like, yo, I like you. I think you cool. Or they have multiple conversations when the cameras are off and they're like, I think you're cool. You gonna be my girl, right? But for me, if you haven't been on, not even, let's take Baddies out of the situation. If y'all in y'all real personal life don't indulge with each other or hang out with each other or meet with each other or talk with each other or go through specific experiences with each other outside of Baddies, y'all are not friends. For real. Y'all not. The only people that I could say could call themselves friends On Baddies USA is Suki and Sapphire. Suki and Sapphire. I'm trying to think of all the other women that are on there. I know Tavy and Cold Killer have hung out multiple times outside of, outside of Baddies. I know they went on an actual travel trip together with other friends. So they've had those types of experiences. For me, I don't think they've known each other long enough, but hey, life will carry them through if they decide to be real with each other off a set. But other than that, nobody else on Baddies are real friends for real, for real. I don't believe so. I mean, some people would say Tasiki, Anna, and Biggie, okay. But how much do they really know about each other for real, for real? I mean, that would be my question to ask. Do they really know each other for real, for real? Let's move on to the next.
This girl is a muscle that tell me she sat there in the whole reunion talking about Biggie seen it coming. How did I see it coming? You came up to me that you was gonna hug me, was smiling, and I said, Lex, you look pretty, and then you hit me. Instead of just outside, let's have some dialogue. Some people in this world don't even know what happened in Korea. Don't even know what happened in London. Why don't we have multiple conversations to stretch out your longevity because now you're boring? I gave you a whole entire storyline in the second quarter, trying to the punch, and decided to be an aggressive non-goal and attack people instead of having a conversation. And now you're slick, and everybody doesn't like you. And that's okay. Because I can't wait for people to see the whole entire story and really roll this up because Craig is saying one thing to Krishan, you knew you were supposed to choose Tasiki when you're a big three, that's why you really don't like us for three getting to it. And now you just like a big ass bully and you're having no fight, Jela, or being a bully, but you came over here and bullied someone, you get no points, but it's over for you, no, no. Hypocrisy, so like, we have the whole world of everything with sense. What do you think? The niggas are trying to feed our animals and they was trash and what?
All right, so I do feel the same way regarding the hypocrisy with her versus Jayla. Now she versus Biggie. That I don't know. I can't get past that. I can't get past that. It's easy now because she went through an experience with Biggie and now she can validate her own reason. But I don't know. And I'm not saying she has to do this, and she probably will never do this, right? She probably will never do this. Maybe she doesn't give two damns. That's cool. But until she actually gives a legit apology to Jayla online, like live and in color, and maybe Jayla don't want it. Maybe Jayla don't need it. I know her and Lex have talked, but I feel like as loud as you feel your disrespect was with Biggie, I feel your apology should be to Jayla on live, loud and in color. Hey, that's just me, and that's just how I feel about it. Let's see what this is about. I don't know why Big Lex is making it seem all she did was smack Biggie. Biggie got up, they fought. Big Lex was punching Biggie all in her face. Then later on, Biggie wouldn't shut the F up on the side and made Janisha get up. Janisha went at it with Biggie. Biggie ends up throwing water on Big Lex, and Big Lex ran through everyone, and they had a round two. That's when Biggie scratched Big Lex's face. It was more than a slap. Now, I wonder if Big Lex is going to be banned from the Zeus Network like J.O. is. J.O. hit Biggie. I wonder if Big Lex gonna get the same treatment. I wonder. All right, let's see what else is going on.
Reunion, talking about Biggie seeing it coming. How did I see it? Hypocrisy, so like, we have the whole world of everything to see. What did the niggas are trying to feed her animals and that was trash in London, and my own cousin Wet brought food for all of us. I remember that. It was only convenient for her to hit me on the stage because they have a storyline. But when we was in London, forget about Korea, I get it, they don't want to go to gym. But we was in London performing, rehearsing, working together multiple times. He was smiling in my face. We even spoke about what happened in Korea. And you said, Biggie, it's not that big of a deal, it's fine. I'm not stressing that. Matter of fact, let's go ask Tinker. Because Tinker was a witness to all of it. She told me to use her power and she uses it the right way. My power is I make people laugh. I'm a sweetheart and I make good music, so I use it the right way. I don't use it to make people feel bad or to make this music or nothing. Her power is that she can fight. Use it for good. You get me? Use it for good. Defend your friends against people that you know they can't be. Actually speak. Have a conversation. Learn how to be a guy that can speak and hold a conversation. I was the only one holding you down when nobody was your friend because Dolly wasn't fucking with you during the season. No one was really fucking with you during the season. And I'm the only one that went out of my way, even when you were struggling in bathrooms trying to get dressed by yourself, no team, no nothing. Me and my team always made sure everybody was straight when we're filming. You know what's going on, like, so it's not that big of a deal. You're just a shitty friend, and you're not a girl's girl. That's what it is. You're tall ass. You're just a fucking asshole. You should go back to doing ball. Her power, and she uses it.
Biggie sounds like the ultimate victim, but she's not a victim. You're talking about being a girl's girl, but you recorded the people's conversation that they was having in the bathroom and put it online. You talking about being a girl's girl, but you completely demolished all of her friends because she didn't give you weed. You talked about Dolly and you talked about Summer. You're not a girl's girl, Biggie. You're not. You have me blocked too, and that's fine because I caught you out on all your bullshit. But this is crazy. You trying to play the victim, but you're not the victim. If you don't want people to put their hands on you, shut up. That's it. Now, two wrongs don't make it right. I think both women are wrong. I think Biggie is wrong because she should have never did any of the stuff that she did in Korea or when it was overseas, period. And I think Big Lex is wrong because your whole claim to fame was fighting Jela because she was a boogie to Biggie and Gretch. But here you are being a boogie to Biggie. And I wouldn't even classify it as a bully per se. You're just sticking up for what you believe is right. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But you're the wrong messenger to deliver. You're the wrong, what is the word I'm looking for? You're the wrong delivery person to deliver the message. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say, but y'all know what I'm trying to say, goddammit. And it don't make sense to me because, Lex, this is your whole gimmick, your whole shtick with Jayla. That's the problem I have. It's crazy. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Tommy talking about a whole trafficking thing. I don't know what's all right. Say the need for storylines is real. Get no points. We sat in multiple rehearsals together outside of Korea, worked multiple times. After that, we was even in cars together. Listen, I think all of this is funny. And I'll just end it with saying, when it makes sense to the person, it makes sense to the person. When it don't make sense to the person, they don't understand. So Jayla understood why she did what she did to Biggie. You couldn't understand it because you ain't had no issues with Biggie. And let's be clear, you just wanted to have an issue with Jayla so that could be your storyline. Let's be clear. Then I get past that. You can be a cool girl. You can be a round-the-way chick. Even though you're not a fight and all that, you can be a cool-ass chick, right? But then boom, you feel some sort of way because Biggie disrespects you. Now you feel like you got every right in the world to beat up on Biggie. Your tall, big ass, heavy hitting ass. So you had every right to hit on Biggie. I need a public apology with Jayla. And I know she's not gonna give it. And I know she don't give a damn about Jayla all like that in my mind. But like, that's the only way I'm gonna be like, yo, she a down ass chick. Because she can realize when she did something wrong and she can make amends by correcting it. You stood on with Biggie, and Jayla did the same thing. What's the issue? Anyways, leave your comments below. Let me know how y'all feel about that. And as always, thank y'all for watching West on ACONNECTIONTV, baby, where we talk about everything baddies. And then some doses. And go watch my interview with Trap Yayo. Yes, indeed. The man cool as shit.